Hi, welcome to Story Time with Gigi. Today we're going to be reading another Fancy Nancy story from this wonderful book called 5-Minute Stories. Our story today is called Fancy Nancy and the Loose Tooth. It is recess. Lionel and I are swinging on the monkey bars. Lionel swings upside down. Woohoo! I'm an ape, Lionel shouts and scratches under his arms. Lionel swings again. He bangs into a bar. Ow, he says, that hurt. Lionel jumps to the ground and I jump down too. His hand is over his mouth. There is a little gore. Gore is a fancy word for blood. Yikes. Come quick, Miss Glass, I shout. Lionel banged into the monkey bars. He is injured. That's fancy for hurt. Miss Glass rushes over to Lionel. Oh. Have you ever banged your mouth? Oh, it's terrible. I'm okay, Lionel smiles. That's when I noticed he lost a tooth. It was in his hand. It was already loose, he says. Oh. Miss Glass lets me go to the nurse with Lionel. First, Lionel washes out his mouth. Next, he washes his tooth. Then the nurse hands Lionel a white plastic tooth on a chain. Pop! The top opens. In goes the tooth. Pop! The top snaps shut. It's très magnifique. That's French for very, very cool. So there's the little plastic tooth. For the rest of the day, Lionel wears his tooth necklace. I long for a tooth necklace too. That means I really, really want one. But you can only get one if your tooth falls out at school. I excuse myself to go to the restroom. I need to check my teeth. I wiggle each one. Guess what? One of my teeth is loose now. Not super loose, just kind of loose. It better not fall out at home. It absolutely must fall out at school, I say to myself in the mirror. Then I can get a tooth necklace just like Lionel's. All week, my tooth gets looser and looser. I wiggle it a lot at school. I wiggle it at recess. I wiggle it in art class. And I wiggle it at lunch. At home, I do not wiggle my tooth at all. I eat a lot of soft stuff like bananas and ice cream. That way, it is less likely to fall out. I don't talk much either. Talking might make my tooth fall out. My dad asks, "Want me to pull out your tooth? It won't hurt." "No," I shout out. "It can't fall out at home." On Thursday at school, my tooth is hanging by a thread. I keep waiting for it to fall out. I wiggle it and wiggle it. I wiggle it with my finger. I wiggle it with my tongue. The day goes on, but my tooth does not fall out. I can't believe it. I thought for sure that it would have come out by now. When the last bell rings, my tooth is still stuck in my head. Now I'm very worried that my tooth will fall out at home. I must prevent it from falling out tonight. Prevent means to stop something. I put a little tape around it. There, that should do it. It does look a little funny, though. "What's wrong with your mouth?" my mom asks. I do not dare talk. It cannot fall out now. I write a note to explain. My tooth is very loose. I don't want it to fall out until I'm at school. Then I'll get a special tooth necklace like Lionel's. That night I sleep with my mouth open. I am not taking any chances. The next morning, I checked my tooth. The tape worked. My tooth is still hanging on. There, just barely there. I get dressed very carefully. I start walking to school when all of a sudden, something tickles my nose. Achoo! I sneeze. Oh no! Sneezing made my tooth fall out. It's in my mouth. I'm not at school yet, so does that mean I don't deserve a tooth necklace? But my tooth is still in my mouth, so in a way, it has not fallen out yet. I keep my lips shut tight. I walk very fast. At last, I arrive at school. Arrive is fancy for getting someplace. I find Miss Glass. I spit my tooth into my hand. I just lost a tooth, I shout. Miss Glass sends me to the nurse. I wash out my mouth. I wash my tooth. Ooh la la, the nurse gives me a tooth necklace. My tooth necklace looks so fancy. I wear it all day, but guess what? I do not feel joyful. That's fancy for happy. Finally, I confess. Confess means telling about something bad you did. I tell Miss Glass that my tooth did not fall out at school, not really. I tell her how I was walking to school and I sneezed, and that is when my tooth fell out. I think I need to return the tooth necklace, I say. Miss Glass thinks for a moment. A moment is fancy for a second. Your tooth didn't fall out at home, she says. You were already in transit. That means on the way to school. I think that counts. But just to be sure, Miss Glass checks with the nurse. The nurse agrees. The tooth necklace is mine to keep forever. For the first time all day, I smile a big smile with a hole in it. And that's our story. I hope you liked it. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye until next time.